Everyone, this is for class 10. We are continuing with the chapter life processes. In the previous parts, we have studied thoroughly about nutrition. In this part, we will study respiration. So what is respiration? The process of releasing energy from food is called respiration. This definition we know, right? It means what? All organisms need energy to perform different activities within the body. So for that purpose, every organism needs energy, right? So the food which we are eating, the breaking down of food which we are eating to release energy is called as respiration, right? Now, in some organisms, this process of respiration, that is, some organisms make use of oxygen to break down food to release energy, whereas there are some organisms which do not make use of oxygen to break down food to release energy. So based on that, there are two types of respiration. Types of respiration: aerobic and anaerobic. What is aerobic? When oxygen is used for respiration, it is called aerobic respiration, right? Oxygen is used to release energy from the food, right? Whereas, what is anaerobic? When food is oxidized without using oxygen, then that respiration is called as anaerobic respiration. So, in anaerobic respiration, oxygen is not used to break down food to release energy. Now, why do we need energy? We need energy to perform various cellular activities, right? So, it means that our cells need continuous supply or continuous release of energy to perform different activities. It means the cells need uninterrupted supply of oxygen and constant removal of carbon dioxide from the cells, right? Now, in general, how can we define respiration? What are the different steps involved in the process of respiration? That we will see first. So, respiration involves intake of molecular oxygen from environment. See, we are talking about aerobic respiration. As we are talking about oxygen, it means it has to be aerobic respiration. So what are the different steps involved in aerobic respiration that we will see? Okay, so the steps involved are intake of molecular oxygen from environment, right? Through breathing, we do that. Then stepwise oxidation of food with incoming oxygen. So where does this oxidation of food take place? Inside the cell, right? That is called as cellular respiration. Then elimination of carbon dioxide produced during oxidation. So what are the byproducts formed during respiration? They are carbon dioxide and water, right? So this carbon dioxide which is generated during the process of respiration, it is a waste for our body. So it is to be eliminated from our body. So elimination of carbon dioxide and then release of energy due to oxidation of food, right? So once the food gets oxidized, it means the food which we have eaten, when it gets oxidized, so what happens? Energy is released. So, what are the different steps we have to take in the oxygen in our body? Then, oxidation of food takes place in the cell, that is called as cellular respiration, and some byproducts are also produced which are to be removed from the cell, right? And that is from the body, and the release of energy due to oxidation of food. So, the equation, the chemical equation or the chemical reaction, respiration reaction for aerobic respiration can be written as C6H12O6, this is glucose, plus 6O2, right? It gives 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus energy is released in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate, right? So this is a general reaction which we always write for aerobic respiration. Why aerobic? Because oxygen is involved over here. In anaerobic, this oxygen is not to be written in the reaction. Okay, so this is the general equation for aerobic respiration. Now what happens during aerobic respiration? See, this is the assimilated food molecule. Assimilated is which we have taken, which we have eaten. Then after digestion, it is the complex food is converted into simple substances or nutrients, right? And they are absorbed in our blood. So this food reaches each and every cell, right? Then oxygen also reach each and every cell of our body by the process of respiration, right? So what happens inside the cell? Oxidation of this food molecule take place. That is, oxygen and this sugar, right? Food molecule in the form of sugar, they react with each other, right? That means oxidation of this food molecule take place. And what is produced as a byproduct? Carbon dioxide is produced, water is produced, and energy is released, right? Energy is also released. Now, this energy which has been released in the process of respiration, it is trapped by forming bonds between ADP and inorganic phosphates to synthesize ATP. See, this released energy is stored in the form of ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate. Now, how this adenosine triphosphate is formed? Just see over here. This is ADP, that is adenosine diphosphate. Okay, diphosphate, that is 2. Di is 2. Plus 1 phosphate, that is this inorganic phosphate, forms a bond with this ADP, right? And it forms, see, this inorganic phosphate forming bond with this ADP, that is adenosine diphosphate, and what is formed? ATP molecule is formed. And whatever energy is produced during this process of aerobic respiration, that energy is stored in the form of ATP molecule, right? Now this ATP is the energy currency for most cellular processes. ATP तो बन गया है, मतलब एनर्जी रिजर्व तो सेल के पास अब आ गया है टू परफॉर्म डिफरेंट सेल्यूलर एक्टिविटीज, राइट? बट ये जो एनर्जी है जो प्रोड्यूस हुई है वो अलग अलग, अब सेल के अंदर बहुत सारे सेल ऑर्गेनेल्स आर ऑल्सो प्रेजेंट एंड ईच एंड एवरी ऑर्गेनेल नीड्स एनर्जी टू परफॉर्म देयर ओन फंक्शन, राइट? लेकिन जो एनर्जी है वो एक पर्टिकुलर फॉर्म में, इट इज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ एटीपी मॉलिक्यूल, राइट? अब अलग अलग ऑर्गेनेल्स या अलग अलग सेल्यूलर फंक्शंस परफॉर्म करने के लिए ये अलग अलग फॉर्म में रिक्वायरमेंट है एनर्जी की, राइट? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, जैसे फॉर द कॉन्ट्रैक्शन ऑफ मसल्स, अब ये एटीपी के फॉर्म में नहीं चाहिए, इट इज दिस एनर्जी इज यूज्ड some in the form of mechanical energy, right? क्योंकि एक्शन करना है, right? We have to move the muscle. Mechanical muscular action होगा या mechanical action होगा, right? So this energy is used accordingly. So this ATP is further broken down as per the activity of the body which is to be performed. Suppose sometimes we need to conduct electrical impulses, that is nervous impulses, from one region to another region. So nervous impulses are always in the form of electrical impulses, right? तो अब ये पर्टिकुलर फंक्शन परफॉर्म करने के लिए एटीपी की जो एनर्जी है वो हमें इलेक्ट्रिकल फॉर्म में चाहिए, राइट? उसके बाद कभी कभी सेल में प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस होता है बॉडी में, राइट? फॉर रिपेयर वर्क एंड मेंटेनेंस ऑफ अवर बॉडी. सो ये प्रोटीन जो है ये केमिकल्स है, तो ये एटीपी जो होगा दिस विल बी यूज्ड इन द फॉर्म ऑफ केमिकल्स ऑल्सो समटाइम्स. मतलब सपोज इफ वी कंसिडर AA बैटरी जो हम लोग रिमोट में भी यूज करते हैं, हम लोग क्लॉक में भी यूज करते हैं, राइट. टॉर्च ऑपरेट करने के लिए ऑल्सो वी यूज दैट AA बैटरी. तो बैटरी तो AA की ही है, लेकिन यूज के फंक्शन के हिसाब से, रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से वन फॉर्म ऑफ एनर्जी इज ऑलवेज कन्वर्टेड इनटू अनदर फॉर्म. समटाइम्स टू ड्राइव अ फैन, that chemical energy which is stored in the battery, it is to be converted into mechanical energy to rotate the fan, right. Then to get a light from a torch, that chemical energy of AA battery will be converted into light energy, right. तो इसका मतलब ये जो ATP मॉलिक्यूल है, right, ATP में जो एनर्जी स्टोर्ड है, it is just like our AA battery, right. एनर्जी इज देयर, लेकिन बैटरी के अंदर इट इज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ केमिकल एनर्जी, केमिकल्स भरे हुए हैं, राइट. अब फंक्शन, रिक्वायरमेंट, एज पर द रिक्वायरमेंट, दिस पर्टिकुलर केमिकल एनर्जी विच इज स्टोर्ड इन द AA बैटरी विल बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू सम अदर फॉर्म ऑफ एनर्जी, right. So that is why ATP is the energy currency for most cellular processes. So now we know what is aerobic respiration. We have seen the reaction. Now let's see all the reactions for aerobic, anaerobic and the reaction which take place in our muscle cells in detail. Okay, so before we have seen the respiration reaction which we write as glucose plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide, water and energy in the form of ATP, right. Now let's understand, but the reaction which we are writing is very, very simple, but the actual reaction which is happening inside the cell, it is not that simple. Let's try to understand that simple reaction in detail now. Just look over here. See, the food which we have eaten, that is in the form of glucose, it is present now, right. So one molecule, what is the formula for glucose? It is C6H12O6, right, C6H12O6. Now this is the reaction for aerobic respiration, this is for anaerobic respiration which takes place in the absence of oxygen, and this is the reaction which takes place in our muscle cells when we do rigorous exercises, right. So this is the reaction which takes place in our muscles, right. So let's see the reactions in detail. Now glucose, one molecule, formula is C6H12O6, right. So 6 carbon molecules are present in this glucose. Now in all the 3 reactions you will come across one word which is called as pyruvate. So what is this pyruvate? This pyruvate is nothing but 3 carbon molecule. Pyruvate is nothing but 3 carbon molecule. So how many molecules of pyruvate will be formed over here? As pyruvate is 3 carbon molecule, so this 6 carbon molecule gets divided into 2. So C3. So pyruvate 2 molecules are formed. Here also 2 molecules, in anaerobic also 2 molecules, and in this muscle cells also 2 molecules of pyruvate are formed, right. So and this conversion of this glucose into pyruvate takes place in the cytoplasm of the cell. In all the 3 reactions it takes place in the cytoplasm of the cell, right. Then in aerobic respiration what happens? Now once the glucose is converted into pyruvate, which is nothing but a 3 carbon molecule, then in mitochondria actual oxidation of this pyruvate or these molecules takes place, right. And this pyruvate is nothing but 3 carbon molecule. Just let me write over here. So C3 and C3, right. So in mitochondria what happens? Actual oxidation process takes place, and what is formed? Carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. Now how much energy is released? 38 ATP molecules. This much amount of energy is produced during aerobic respiration, right? So in aerobic respirations, carbon dioxide, water and energy is released in the form of ATP. Then in anaerobic respiration, what happens? Now anaerobic means in the absence of oxygen. So again, glucose, one molecule, it means 6 carbon atoms are present in this one molecule of glucose. So again it gets converted into the next stage, that is pyruvate stage. This pyruvate is also called as pyruvic acid. Pyruvic acid. Okay, so again 2 molecules, C3, so total becomes C6, right? Then now what is happening? This anaerobic respiration is taking place in the absence of oxygen. That is why here we are writing no O2, that is in the absence of oxygen. So where does this happen? In the organisms such as yeast, right? And what is formed? Ethanol plus carbon dioxide plus energy is released. Now how much energy is released? Only 2 ATP molecules, only 2 ATP, so less energy is released. And what is this process called as? This process is called as fermentation. Process is called as fermentation, where sugar is converted into alcohol. So this ethanol is nothing but alcohol. And what is the formula for ethanol? It is C2H5OH, right? So one pyruvate molecule consists of 3 carbon. One pyruvate molecule consists of 3 carbon. So now just see over here, ethanol, this is 2 carbon, and for carbon dioxide this is 1 carbon. So 2 plus 1, 3. 3 atoms of carbon are also present on the right hand side, and 3 carbon atoms for 1 pyruvate molecule is there, right? So in this way it is getting balanced. And how much energy is released during anaerobic respiration? It is only 2 ATP. Here 38 ATP was there, and here only 2 ATP. And the process of converting this sugar into alcohol is called as fermentation. So this usually occurs in yeast, right? Then what happens in our muscle cells? Again the same thing. See, when we do some rigorous exercise or workout, so what happens? We need extra energy, right? Now to perform that particular activity. So now from where does this extra energy comes? So what happens? See, glucose, again one molecule. The first step is nothing but converting it into a pyruvate. So it takes place in the cytoplasm of the cell. So 2 molecules of pyruvate are formed, C3. Okay. Then again this when the muscle is doing rigorous activity, so what happens? There is lack of oxygen, or there is no oxygen to release extra amount of energy to perform that particular activity. So again in the muscles, in the lack of oxygen or in the absence of oxygen, what is happened? See, this particular process is taking place in the cytoplasm only, required cytoplasm only. Whereas in aerobic respiration, we were saying that the first stage was taking place in cytoplasm and the next stage was taking place in the mitochondria, right? The actual release of energy was taking place in mitochondria, whereas in muscle cells, both these activities are taking place in the cytoplasm only. So first step, that is converting glucose into pyruvate, and then pyruvate, in the lack of oxygen, it gets converted into lactic acid, and this extra amount of energy is released, which is used to perform that particular muscular action, right? So now what is this lactic acid? Lactic acid formula is C3H6O3. So again, see, three carbon atoms in one pyruvate molecule, right? Here also see C3. So in this way, left hand side and right hand side is getting balanced, right? So for one pyruvate, this is produced. For another pyruvate molecule, same, this much amount is again, the same thing will again be produced. So this extra amount of energy is released during the rigorous muscle activity. Okay. Now, due to formation of this lactic acid in the cell, we get cramps sometimes in our muscles, right? Which is called as muscle cramps. Now, how we can get rid of those muscle cramps? By massage or by dipping that particular body part in warm water. So as soon as the circulation increases, blood circulation increases in our body, slowly this lactic acid will further break down, and again this lactic acid gets converted into carbon dioxide, just like aerobic respiration, carbon dioxide and water, right? So slowly the muscle cramps will be okay after some time. Then this type of reaction which we have written, that converting glucose into pyruvate, then pyruvate into lactic acid, and extra amount of energy to perform that particular rigorous activity. So this type of reaction takes place in certain bacteria, then in parasitic worms, right? Parasitic worms, what are they? Like tapeworm, ringworm, right? And human beings during vigorous exercise. So it happens in us also when we do some vigorous exercises. Then that time the glucose gets converted into lactic acid and extra amount of energy is released, which is used up to perform that particular muscular action. Okay, so in this part, we have studied what is respiration. It is nothing but releasing energy from the food which we eat, and the types of respiration, aerobic, anaerobic mainly. Then the reactions for aerobic and anaerobic respiration in detail, right? That is converting first glucose into pyruvate. Pyruvate क्या है? देखो ग्लूकोज इज C6H12O6, राइट? तो पायरुवेट में सिर्फ 3 कार्बन मॉलिक्यूल का ग्रुप बनेगा, राइट? इसलिए 2 पायरुवेट के मॉलिक्यूल्स बनते हैं उसमें, राइट? एंड देन द रिएक्शंस आल्सो वी हैव सीन फॉर एरोबिक एंड एनारोबिक. जो एनारोबिक होता है वो दैट प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड एज फर्मेंटेशन. इट यूजुअली अकर्स इन ईस्ट, राइट? Then in our muscles, why do we get muscle cramps? That also we have seen. Then in our muscles, what type of reaction take place? That also we have seen. Okay. Now the respiration in plants and respiration in animals, these topics we will be taking in the next part. Thank you.